Hey friend, welcome. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I list them on eBay and Poshmark and sell them for a profit. Today is Friday, December 13th, and I have 12 items that sold over the last 48 hours. The last 2 days, I did not ship yesterday. I got up early and went to the bins, and I actually my daughter videoed that, and I put up a video of thrift with me, which I've never done before. That was pretty fun. My gross sales over the last 2 days are $196.73. And you might be thinking to yourself, Jen, that's not a lot. And you would be right. It's not. My total profit is only $100.03. My average sale price usually runs between $26, $27, and today it's $16.39. Most of these very low sales, some of them average, but still making profit. I had 3 weird things kind of happen over the last 24 hours. Yeah, 24 hours that I thought I would talk to you about. There's a noise in my garage and it's freaking me out. I don't know what it is. I just got distracted. It's too early in the video to get distracted. 3 weird things that happened over the last 48 hours. And yeah, I thought I would talk to you. Maybe you've had these weird things happen or something similar. I know there's often times when I will like think about something or relist something and be like, man, why hasn't that sold? And then a couple days later it'll sell. I've had stuff like that happen a lot, but this first one was really weird. So this is, let me make sure I caught the right one. That's a hint to the weird thing that happened. This is a denim Wrangler button-up shirt. This has been listed for 13 months. I'm running a clearance sale. Again, I did one in November. I'm doing one now for a couple weeks. 50% off of things that got listed in 2023, plus some other random things that I threw in. This ended up, I think I had it listed around $17, $18. And the half off was around $8, $9, somewhere in there. And then somebody offered me $6. And I didn't have hardly any sales on, let's see, today's Friday, so yesterday would have been Thursday, on Wednesday. So I was like, I want sales. So I'm gonna do my best to get sales. So I went ahead and accepted the $6 offer. I paid $1.75 for it at my old favorite thrift store, which is kind of a lot for that thrift store. I know it's not really a lot, but for that thrift store, it's kind of a lot. The average sale price of a Wrangler denim button-up is $20.57 with a 23% sell-through rate. And when the sell-through rate is low like that, I list on the lower side of comps and assume I'm gonna sell on the lower side of comps. However, this was a lot lower. My profit is $3.08, which is just, I mean, it's a clearance sale. So I have to put that into perspective. I'm getting my $1.75 back and I'm moving on with my life. So the weird thing that happened was the same time I got an offer for that Wrangler denim button-up for $6, I got an offer for this Wrangler denim button-up for $7. Completely different people, different addresses, different states. I double-checked to make sure I wasn't like messing something up, but yeah, super weird. This one does have kind of a pearl snap, which I probably could have put in the, I think I put it in the listing, but I don't think that I put it in the, I know I didn't put it in the search when I was doing comps for this morning. But this one, they were both the same size. That was the other thing. Very weird. I bought it at the same time as the other one. So I've had this one for 13 months. I paid $1.75 for it. Like all of the same things. The shipping was a little bit higher, and so my profit on this one is $3.75. They paid a total of $15.69. So super weird that two things that haven't sold in over a year sell, I mean, granted, for really low profit, really low, even just prices. So within hours, I had gotten these offers. It was very strange. The other weird thing, the second weird thing, was I sold a coat that I've sold before. And I sold it on eBay. So it wasn't like I had sold it on Poshmark and forgotten to delist it. Like, I sold it on eBay and then it sold again on eBay. So I'm not really sure. Unfortunately, that will ding my account because the only way I can, you know, cancel that is say that I don't have the item. But it's not really, as far as I can tell, it's not my fault. Unless I listed it twice, but I don't know why I would have listed it twice. Unless it was accidental. I'm not really sure. It's very strange. There have been a couple things lately that I've noticed. I was relisting something and realized that there were two listings of the same thing. So I'm not sure. That was a weird reselling thing that happened too. There's one more kind of weird thing. It's not really that big of a deal that happened, but we'll get to that. It's later on in the pile. If you have weird stuff that happens with weird selling, weird things that happen with weird selling, let me know in the comments. Share your story. I'd love to hear it. All right, these are FootJoy golf shoes. FootJoy, they do have spikes on them, which is slightly concerning. Not really, but FootJoy golf shoes have an average sale price of $25.51 with a less than 1% sell-through rate. I should not have bought these, but I did. And I made a little bit of money. I sold them for $13 on Poshmark. I try not to sell things for under $15 on Poshmark, but I kind of just wanted to get rid of them. Under $15, Poshmark charges a flat fee of $2.95, so it makes your earnings just a little bit less than the 20%. However, I'm finding that my total percentages on eBay are more than 20% too, so there's that. Anyway, there's a couple things today. Again, I was just trying to sell stuff. I want to get rid of things. I want to make money. Those are my goals, not storing things and waiting for a couple extra dollars. And with a less than 1% sell-through rate, I'll take the $13. This might be noisy because I need to put some filler in. I just use either recycled paper or like paper bags. All right, $13. I paid $1 for them at my old favorite thrift store 8 months ago. So that makes my profit $9.05, which really isn't terrible. I aim for $15 in profit just to value my time because it takes time to do all the things, right? But it ends up kind of being an average. I know I didn't look in November, but in October, my average profit was $16 per item. So I think that's okay. Not too bad. On eBay, you can use any priority mail. This is just a priority mail supplies. Sorry, this is just a shoebox. So, all right, the next item is a bra. This is a teeny tiny bra. It is a front clasp, which I find it sells better. This is the brand Wacol, which I think used to have a much better sell-through rate, and now just doesn't. I'm not really sure why, but this one has an average sale price of $16.90 and a 24% sell-through rate. With something like this, I just looked up Wacol bra for the sell-through rate. With something like this, I will, when I'm pricing, I will search the size, the color, I would add front clasp, and then base my price on how that feels excessive to put this in a box. It does have a underwire, so I don't want that to get messed up, but I kind of think I can just put it in a padded mailer. I'm just gonna put it in there. Okay. It just seems like a lot of space in this box for that little tiny bra. Ew, what was I gonna say? I got distracted again. Okay, so I would have searched, you know, added front clasp. I would have searched the size, the color, and then based on the sell-through rate of all of those, because sometimes it does affect the sell-through rate, I would have priced based on that. And with it being a lower sell-through rate, I would have priced again on the lower side of comps. I did price at $14.96. And that's what it sold for. I do have a 15% off coupon on my store pretty much all the time. And they used that plus paid shipping. They paid a total of $18.09. This sold in 1 month. I bought it at my favorite thrift store for 52 cents. My profit is $10.43. That I love. $10 after a month for something I paid 50 cents for. Absolutely. I think a lot of this came from my favorite thrift store. Now that I'm saying this out loud. All right, this is a pearl snap. Are you familiar with pearl snaps? They're snaps, and they kind of, a lot of them are like, look like pearls or like mother of pearl, but sometimes they're colored. Like this one was black, that denim one was like a brown. This is BKE. I don't know. I had some success with this brand, and I don't really buy it anymore without really looking at exactly what it is. But this one was a larger size, and so I thought I would take a chance, especially it also came from my favorite thrift store where my cost of goods is very, very low. BKE Pearl Snap shirts. Again, just in general, I didn't filter by size or anything. Have an average sale price of $13.99 with a 17% sell-through rate. So again, pretty low. This sold for $12 on Poshmark. And again, it was one of those I just wanted to sell things. I spent 70 cents on it at my favorite thrift store about a month ago. So it did not take that long to sell, and I think that probably was based on the size. It was like a 3XL. Anyway, my profit is $8.35. I like to use Tyvek mailers when I'm shipping clothes on Poshmark. Any of the priority stuff, including these stickers that I use, because I don't think the ends are very, I like to do this, and I don't like that, so I tape them down with the little stickers. All of that you can get for free on USPS.com. And they'll deliver it to your door. I love this so much. I just found a little vintage sweater with a little golfer on it at the bins yesterday for my son, and I'm really excited about it. But this is a little vintage train choo-choo. Oh my word, it's so cute. It has crew neck, which is good. Made in the USA, which is good. The brand is Toy Box. Goodness, I'm making a mess here. There we go. So cute. A vintage toddler sweater, crew neck, USA. That's what I searched. Has an average sale price of $17.83 with a 3% sell-through rate. I did list this high at $30. I list all my vintage sweaters at $30, including the kid ones, unless comps or condition tell me to do it otherwise. And did I say they have a 3% sell-through rate? That's not high, but somebody offered me $20 and I took that. Bought it 7 months ago for 70 cents. There we go. Again, at my old favorite thrift store. And that makes my profit $15.30. It snowed yesterday here. It is beautiful. It's like I pulled into a parking lot at night where the snow hadn't been touched and it was all sparkly in the moonlight. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But it will melt because it's supposed to rain and be like in the 50s over the weekend. And I looked ahead to Christmas because I live in Indiana. Sometimes it snows on Christmas and sometimes it doesn't. We just have generally pretty mild winters. It can be, actually, I shouldn't say they're mild winters. They kind of do this with weather. Like it can be 16 degrees and negative wind chill one day and then 50 and raining 3 days later. It's insane. But it's only supposed to be like 45 on Christmas and raining. So I don't think we're going to get a white Christmas this year. This is a vintage Vera Bradley. It's got a little paisley print here. I tried to look up the prints, but I didn't have this one in the listing, so I'm not really sure why. This is made in the USA. That is one of my Vera Bradley big butts caveats. My big butt with Vera Bradley. I don't pick up Vera Bradley, but if it's new or if it's vintage and made in the USA. And they seem to sell, which always surprises me because like this is only a 4% sell-through rate. So I'm not really sure. The average sale price was $14.96. I had it listed for $25, thinking that I would go down to about $15. I sent out 20% off offers on eBay and somebody accepted $19.97 plus shipping. So they paid a total of $26.06. I bought it at the bins where you paid by the pound 3 months ago, which is not terribly long. So that's really great and makes my profit $14.88. I love that. Very, very happy with that. Yeah, I think this is like all bins and my old favorite thrift store. It's kind of funny. I guess that's kind of another weird thing is like sometimes I'll sell most things that just came from one specific thrift, right? Or I'll sell things that are like, actually, I'm looking at this, like that's a lot of green, right? And then there's like 2 blue things after that. Like just colors or I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like sometimes in the winter I'll sell like 3 linen items in one day. There's just, I don't know. There's just kind of weird things. This is a little baby bunting snowsuit. The brand is Rothschild, which I know my mom dressed us in Rothschild or wanted to. I'm not sure. Was that one of those brands that was expensive in the 80s? I'm not sure. I just know I knew the brand and it's a really cute little bunting. And Rothschild snowsuit for babies has an average sale price of $16.87 with an 8% sell-through rate. So, you know, run right out and get all of them. Don't do that. This one does have little elbow patches. I don't know if you saw that. Cute. And I listed it for $20 and it sold actually for $20 on Poshmark, which is so fun when it's a full price sale. I feel like that doesn't happen very often. Somebody had a comment a couple videos ago. That's a mess. Okay. About how it seemed like Poshmark is the Kohl's of reselling. Is that right? It was so funny. It was like such a good analogy, metaphor of the stores and then the reselling markets. It's funny. Like you never buy anything full price at Kohl's because you know it'll be on clearance or on sale the next week and then 2 weeks later it'll be on clearance, you know? And Poshmark, it's like you never buy anything full price because you know they're gonna send an offer. This one, they didn't send an offer. I didn't send an offer. They just bought it full price, I think. I feel like that's the case. Anyway, they bought it for $20 regardless if it was full price or not. I bought it at the bins 7 months ago, and that makes my profit $14, which is great for a little baby item. I do like to sell little kid stuff. When I first started reselling, I thought that was gonna be like my niche, that I was just gonna sell kids clothes. But I didn't find the right kids clothes to actually make a living selling kids clothes. So, this I would say is almost a bolo, but this had some major flaws, if I remember correctly, like a major fade or stain or something. Yeah, see right here, it's like majorly faded, and right here. These are corduroy pants, and they are vintage Polo Ralph Lauren. So vintage, I mean, look at that. That's a really cool label. Vintage Polo Ralph Lauren corduroy pants have an average sale price of $26.96 with a 43% sell-through rate. Well, maybe not a bolo, but it would be worth looking at if you found them. These, they ended up in my 50% off clearance sale, even though I've only had them for 9 months. I think when I did the original sale, I had put a bunch of stuff in that was like low price, kind of just trying to get rid of low-hanging fruit. I listed these low because of that big flaw, and they ended up selling for $5.98 plus shipping. They paid a total of $12.99, and for some reason they did not get charged my $1 handling fee, so this profit is rough. I made $1.16 on these pants. I paid $1.87 for them. I do not think that I saw the flaw in the store because of the lighting in this particular store. This was a local thrift store here in town that benefits our rescue mission. But I have a new home, a new life. I got my money back, plus another $1. Exciting, exciting times. This, I got a message when they were getting ready to buy this saying, like, if I buy more than one thing, will you combine shipping? I said, yes, of course. And then they only bought the one thing, but that's okay. This is a really cute little dress. I think it's jersey knit, like a t-shirt, and this is Land's End. I kind of have an obsession with Land's End, but it doesn't actually sell very well for me. So I tried really hard not to buy it. I found a bunch of Land's End in the bins yesterday, and I didn't buy anything, I don't think. I could be wrong. I showed you everything in the video that I bought, so you'll know if you watched the video. This ended up, okay, sorry, Land's End jersey dresses. And I added knee length because I think sometimes maxi length or even midi length dresses can have higher sell-through rates than knee length dresses. Anyway, they have an average sale price of $16.17 with a 10% sell-through rate. This one sold, I think I had it listed right around that $16 mark, and it's sold for $8.47 plus shipping. They paid a total of $16.61. I paid $1.53 for it at my new favorite thrift store. How long ago? 22 months ago. That's almost 2 years. Yikes. Super cute. I'm getting $5.53 and it's getting a new home. This was the other kind of weird thing. It's not really that big of a deal, but this was #1 in my inventory system. It doesn't mean I listed it first. It just happened to be the way. Last year, about a year ago, I switched from a bin system to the boxes and a SKU numbered system for my inventory. It's been great. But yeah, this ended up #1. So these are just a pair of sweatpants. They have a little patch on them that has Sleeping Beauty. And it's kind of, I don't know if it was supposed to be holographic. Maybe it was. But then it says do not tag right there. And these are like vintage Disney. They also have, I don't know, it has that right there. And it's made, where is it made? Oh, they're just made in China. But, and it says do not tag on the back. So the whole do not tag thing had me curious, but I could not find any information. I Googled, I searched comps, I Google Lensed, I did all of the things, and I could not find any information. But there was something about it, I was like, I just think this is something, because you know Disney has all sorts of little crazy things that are worth money. I ended up still listing these pretty high, even though I couldn't find any information. It just seemed unique. So I think I started them around $50, and it's been 16 months. I had them down to $30, and somebody offered me 16, and I was like, after 16 months and no bites on this thing that may or may not be worth any money, I think it's probably not, because the Disney people know what they're looking for, right? And when I say the Disney people, I mean it with respect, because man, the Disney people know their stuff, and it's cool. They've got some cool stuff out there in the Disney world. Anyway, these sold for $16 on Poshmark. I paid $2.50 for them at my new favorite thrift store. Like I said, 16 months ago. I make $10.30, and I'm pleased with that. I'm gonna be happy. I just thought that was funny that that was my 0001 number for my inventory. This is a sweater that I don't know why I bought it. Oh, I think because it has cashmere in it. That's why. Just the basic crew neck, striped. The brand is Hawker and Rye, or just Hawker Rye cotton cashmere sweater. I did not add cashmere to my search because I didn't realize that when I was searching this morning. So Hawker Rye sweaters have an average sale price of $13.90 with a 14% sell-through rate. I had this listed around $15, and it sold for $7.32. I think minus the 15% plus shipping, they paid $12.89. I paid 88 cents for it at my old favorite thrift store and 20 months ago. So I'm happy for this to have a new home, and I made $4.20. Like I said, my total profit for the 2 days was $100, but I'm getting stuff out. I want my inventory to be around 1,000 items. It was up to 1,300, and now it's closer to 1,200, and I am very, very pleased with that. I'm also really behind on listing and taking pictures and stuff, so yikes, that's not good. I'm gonna work really hard over the next like 5 to 6 days so that I can still be listing over Christmas break, but also go slow and enjoy and not have to worry about all of that stuff. Question of the day: will you have a white Christmas? That's the word I was looking for. Will you have a white Christmas? We probably will not. I'm curious where you are. If it's a guarantee, if it's one way or the other, yes, absolutely, no, absolutely, or maybe it's like me and maybe some years it's snowy on Christmas and some years it's not. Let me know. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I do these ship with me videos almost every day, Monday through Saturday, unless I do something random like go to the bins and decide to do a completely different video just randomly, which is unlike me. I'm not very spontaneous like that. That's it. I thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you. I'll see you soon.